Hello. Okay, so I've made a pizza. That's a different video on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna go through how I take the pictures for my Instagram channel, MeatyEats. Just my thought process. I've taken the pictures of a few pizzas already, and they normally turn out, I think they look okay. So the main thing I'm thinking with a pizza, firstly, is obviously it's not very high. So I'm thinking about taking a down angle. There's styles on YouTube where people just always, styles on Instagram where people just always take down angles. But that's really if there's a lot of presentation, lots of things to take pictures of, or if like a lot of desserts and stuff are quite decorative, or if it's quite a flat item, I normally take down shots. If it's quite a high item, I'll take like thinking about taking a lower angle shot. I'm also aware that on Instagram, if you take landscape shots, while they take up less space as people are scrolling down if they do see your image, whereas obviously if you take a shot like this, portrait, you take up more angle if you do a 4x5 shot or 5x4. Anyway, so I got my pizza here. One thing people generally do is chuck ingredients that they've used for the pizza and sporadically place it around. I've also got, I don't have a lot of back surfaces, so I've used like some acrylic sheet here. I've got like flour there, obviously pizza's made with flour. I got some other items, I'm going to scatter them around, try different things. I'm using a Canon 35mm lens, so it's a lot more wide. I guess you could take macro shots, but I tend to think you want more stuff in the image. So a macro shot would just be really close, which isn't ideal. So it's just a case of trying different things. I like to try and, obviously there's certain framing shots that you want when you're doing any kind of photography. So you either want something to be quite symmetrical, or you want leading lines, so the lines are directing your eye to a certain target, or I sometimes like things like cutting. Obviously everything needs its own space as well, so if I'm taking a pizza here, I've got this sort of material here for some texture to the shot. I've got a sort of stone type background. I want there to be spaces between things, nothing to feel too cluttered. I tend to think that looks better as well. So I'll just try and take a few items, few shots, and then just go over what I'm thinking as I'm doing it. So I'm first thinking, like, if I take a shot like this, I could just take a few shots just as to bank it. I'm using about an aperture of about about 2. I wouldn't want to go any lower because then you will you'll be focused too much on one item and you do want to get more into the shot. I always take it like this as well. So just a plain one to start with, just in case they all mess up after. I never want everything to be too straight. I could take it like this, but then the board's straight, the pizza would be straight, you know, the camera angle straight. I always want to sort of be crossing lines when I'm taking shots. Okay, let's bring this over here. So sort of. Now I'm aware that if I put that there, it's quite nice with the textured background. I can scatter items around. Obviously the sauce, you would stand the sauce up like this, but if I take a downward shot, you're not going to see it properly. But I'm very well aware, as I'm doing this, that there's a lot of space here with nothing here. So that's where I'm going to put the flour. Obviously if this was like a tomato pizza as well, I would probably put like tomatoes and stuff, but it's a barbecue pizza. Remember, everything needs its own space. I'm also aware that I'm going to be cutting this 4x5. So although I'm this far away, I'm aware that the sides of my shot, so I'm standing on a stool, which is a bit ridiculous, but the sides of my shots are going to be cropped in. Okay, now I've taken the upward shots that I would potentially use. I'm now going to try some downward shots to see if this looks okay. Okay, so taking a variety of shots there, one of them will be good. Taking different angles as well, because you never know. The lighting's coming from behind the camera, but so obviously I move around. Sometimes the lighting's best by here as I was just taking a shot because you got the light coming from an angle. I was taking, obviously the camera's there so I won't be facing you, but taking down shots is fine. I wouldn't want to be doing shots like this into the light. I want to be taking shots across. So that's it really. Hopefully this might be useful. Someone might watch this. If you do, let me know if you think it's useful. There's probably some other stuff I could talk about, but it's the first one of these kind of videos, so hope you enjoyed it.